What is up, Diabotical family? We have some big news that was just dropped by James. He went live recently and discussed what's coming up in the future for Diabotical Rogue. We're talking PvP and more. Lots of new content was discussed. I'm going to give you all a quick rundown of what's coming up in the next few months, what's to look forward to for 1.0, and more. So let's dive right into this. The first thing that was discussed was the Boomer Island poll. He said 70% of users had agreed to scrap Diabotical 1, but that was not enough to go through with that or to take it seriously. So Boomer Island as a concept is scrapped.
70% said we kill it. I don't think that's a high enough percent, so we're just going to leave Diabotical as it is. What's going on here?
DBT is going to remain fine and intact for people to enjoy. No plans for a Steam release anytime soon. There needs to be more work done on Diabotical 1 before it comes to a Steam release. The next thing that was discussed was PvP.
So on the PvP side of things...
So first thing, opening up modding to the community was discussed as a priority.
We're going to focus on the PvP in opening up modding. So what we're going to do is we're just going to focus some of our tech team on opening up modding. Obviously, you've got the map editor now. Later, we want to get you the physics, so you can choose what physics you have, and then eventually game mode editor, and just really push it on so you guys can create lots of fun ways to play with each other. And then you guys can create Boomer Island instead of us.
New class, engineer, was revealed.
We do have another class coming that we're going to work towards. It's only in concept phase right now. It's engineer. Nope. That will be the 5th class. You're going to see turrets.
Look forward to that. Hopefully the balance around that is going to be nice and tight. They are also still working towards the MOBA and the TAC shooter mode. We have finally been confirmed that PvE is cooking, and they are fucking cooking, guys.
There you go.
So that was a really cool little trailer. It was really interesting. I'm hoping for more stuff like that in the future. Just more of these kind of cinematic cutscene kind of things that just kind of expand upon the personality of the game.
The game in its full entirety, when it's finished, is actually a PvE and a PvP game.
The other thing that was discussed was 2 modes for PvE. We are not getting survival. We are getting a survival-like mode called Guardian. It's going to be 1 to 4 players. 3 maps have been kind of cooked up right now. There's going to be NPC, shops, upgrades, wave defense. It's expected to be that you have to kind of defend a position or an entity or perhaps even an NPC. It's going to be something a little bit more structured than survival, so that's going to be a lot more interesting than just wave-based, leaderboard-based type stuff.
There's 2 modes to our PvE, okay? The first mode is a little bit like survival. So the mode we're actually doing is going to be called Guardian.
Oh, geez.
So similar to survival, but there's actually going to be someone that you're protecting or something. I'm not going to spoil too much. I need to put me back on. There I am. But the first mode is Guardian. It's 1 to 4 players. We currently have 3 maps in production. One of them's almost finished. You're going to have NPCs in the maps, you're going to have shops, you're going to be able to upgrade, and you're going to be doing wave defense, okay?
Big mode for PvE. He called it a big mode. 1 to 2 player co-op, and it's Doom-like, Slay the Spire-like, obviously Rogue-like. These are from his words, folks. 40 maps have been prepared. Now, we're not talking big, expansive, giant maps. We're talking kind of fast maps, maybe small maps, kind of bite-sized maps, I think was kind of the vibe. We're looking at mini bosses, mini events for this mode. There was no name dropped for this PvE mode. I think this is going to be the premier PvE mode for the game.
The big mode for the PvE, the one I'm really hyped for, you could call it a campaign or adventure. It's 1 to 2 player. You'll be fighting mini bosses, there'll be mini events, and then it's a roguelike.
The team is going to return in August, and there's going to be a focus on the modding scene, getting stuff ready so people can get into the editor, make maps, create modes, all that fun stuff, put the suits to the test, new upgrades for other classes. So he talked a little bit about creating a bit more synergy. Raven, Firefrog, and Noctis are going to be focused on the modding part of it. James has mentioned that he's going to focus on the new class. The main team coming back in August is going to be focusing on Guardian. Guardian potentially at the end of September. No guarantees there.
I can't promise when you're going to get to play Guardian. If you guys don't mind it a little bit underbaked, we're looking to do something end of September.
James said that at the end of September, he might come back with another stream. He might either be able to announce the release of Guardian into early access in the game, or he'll show more content with Guardian to the community. So he talked a little bit about the enemies.
So we have 2 layers of enemies that are going to come. These blocks are the main enemy, and we built a system where these blocks, when you kill this, say, dragon up here, and it falls down into blocks, there's a lot of blocks on the ground, and actually they can choose to reform into different enemies. So we've worked on a blocks enemy system, which is essentially you could kill a titan, and then it could re-emerge as, say, 3 scorpions. So we've got this block enemy in the back, right? And then the block enemy have taken over a lot of sentient beings. So you'll see some enemies that we showed on Discord that you'll see they have slightly blocky elements to them. So these are the blocks, and then this is merged now with the blocks and has become evil, and they're traveling across the universe taking over. And you can see this little brute, and he's got blocky hands now.
So the idea, I guess, is that the cubes are some kind of virus or some kind of infection. And he mentioned that these cubes are taking over the universe or something along those lines. So there might be kind of a lore bit going on there as far as the PvE and as far as the Guardian mode and the big PvE mode goes. So kind of wrapping up, he said August is all about more roguelike upgrades, more polish on the suits. August, like I said, the team is coming back. The main team is focusing on the Guardian PvE mode. James is going to work on developing the new class. Raven, Frog, and Noctis are focused on opening up modding to the community. September is either going to be showing more Guardian mode content or going live with Guardian mode in the game. There were some questions that he took from the community at this point. Some closing remarks. Tax Shooter is definitely going to be 1.0. Someone asked about the card system in the MOBA. There's going to be 2 layers to the MOBA. There's going to be a bit of the card system and then a bit of the shop. He also said that the shop is going to be featured in the Guardian mode, so you'll be able to kind of see how the shop functions, how it works in the Guardian mode before it reaches the MOBA mode. Someone asked about cosmetic parity between PvE and PvP. James responded that cosmetics will be available in all modes regardless of where you unlock them. Someone asked about the MOBA mode and the 20v20.
The 20v20 mode is the MOBA mode, but we're not sure exactly if it's 20v20. It's quite a struggle, that mode right now, just because of we were waiting a lot on the NPCs, so it's taken a little while. So you're going to have to bear with us. I think the first things you'll get to play are going to be the Guardian PvE mode and also the Engineer.
So, quick recap. Boomer Island scrapped. Diabotical is fine. Modding is coming to the PvP. New class, Engineer, with a focus on turrets. PvE has been revealed. The full game 1.0 is expected to have both PvP and PvE two modes for PvE, Guardian and this other big kind of adventure mode for PvE, 1 to 2 player co-op. Guardian is expected to be 1 to 4 player co-op. Team is returning in August, and they're going to be working on modding, they're going to be working on the new class, and they're going to be working on this PvE mode Guardian. So expect some news about this Guardian mode in September. Expect more content with regards to the upgrades and polish on suits coming in August. That should be all I have to say, guys. Again, the full VOD for this dev update stream is going to be in the link in the description. It's about 30 minutes, and there's also going to be a link in the description for the reveal trailer for PvE, which was kind of a work in progress trailer. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Take care.
Cause I think life is hard for you. I think you're playing life on hard mode, this guy. I don't know why I had to get that jab in there. Goodbye, Cos.